So a couple of days ago on Instagram, I put up this poll where you all convinced me to make an unnecessary purchase. So I'm blaming this one on you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're back at it with another unboxing video. Slightly different. You're definitely going to make fun of me. You're going to call me bougie and all of that stuff in the comments, because I went ahead and bought my first ever pair of Rick Owens. I've been wanting these for a hot minute, I can't even lie, and I finally splurged. They were kind of pricey, but let's get into it. And I did not expect the box to be this big or heavy. These are so big, I've actually got to open these on the floor. I'm sorry, guys. But I did get these from End, hence the massive box, but that's not really important. Is it this necessary to be this big? Jesus, the box. It's mad. So here we have the Rick Owens Jumbo lace padded sneaker. And for the designer feel, of course, they have gone minimalist with this. We have this tiny little Rick Owens on the top of the box, but the rest of it is all in grey. If I can flip it round, we do have the sizing. I had no idea what size I was in a Rick Owens, so I just went for a size 5. So that's what we've got. I knew they were jumbo, but like this jumbo? I mean, inside, plain tissue paper. Nothing looking fancy at all in here. But let's get to the kicks. Part of me is like, please don't like them, because then I can send them back and save money. But the other half of me is like so excited. I thought they'd weirdly be chunkier, like underneath, but it just seems kind of fat. Let's get into extras then, and we do have this Rick Owens kind of tote bag. I'm guessing it's an actual dust bag. I did think it's quite big for a dust bag, but I was like, the kicks are kind of big, so it makes sense. You could use it as something else if you wanted to. Feels like nice quality as you'd expect, but that's all we've got for extras. Let's get into it like we normally do, and I feel like this is going to be a bit of a shorter review because like with a lot of designer kicks, they do tend to strip things back. There's not too many overlays and prints to talk about. What we do have to most certainly talk about is this upper, which is a super padded leather. Obviously you can see it's in this high top silhouette. It's really going to encapsulate all of you. I'm really intrigued to see how this would feel on foot because the padding is mad, but it does feel soft. The leather feels good, and I would expect it to feel good at this price. But yeah, this whole shoe is just padded up. But from the bottom to the top, it's the same kind of thickness. And it kind of gives me this, you know, Converse kind of style. We do have that toe cap, like all in white. That's kind of what's giving it off for me. But what's doing the most, of course, is these jumbo laces. They're huge. We've got these eye stays, which are metal, which are threading through these laces. They're kind of giving off like a woven vibe. They're super thick. We've got these lace ends, a bit of black on these to kind of cap these off and bring it all together. But these are some big boys. We have this all white midsole and rubber outsole. You can see the sole itself is slightly serrated. Nothing special really going on here. We do have that little Rick Owens signature on the bottom that you can kind of see is the same that we do have on the box. Heading inside, you can see all those big boy Rick Owens elements. We do have some branding inside behind the tongue, and we do just have some extra information on the sides, like the size, made in Italy. The inner though, again, is all of this leather. Goes down into the sole, which is all black. It's super hard to read, but I do also believe that in the inner sole, we do have that more branding of Rick Owens, kind of in that scripture handwritten way. I think it's also interesting to see with the design that they've kind of elevated it up. Like the shoe isn't completely solely flat. You can see the toe box is elevated up. I feel like that might annoy some people, I don't know, but it definitely adds an extra element to it. The backs themselves are sort of plain. You can just see that stitching running all the way up the back. These are super clean, minimal on the stitching. We do have a bit of stitching around the front portion of the toe box as well. That's all in white just to keep it all in theme. But I really don't know what to think about these. Like, I don't know. I thought I was going to be a lot more overwhelmed with these than I actually am, but I feel like it's time to try these on feet. Let's talk sizing then and on feet. There probably isn't going to be an on feet video of these for me because these are really hard to get on, like no cap. They are giving off that Converse element of like, I gotta lace these down and get these in and that. Probably once you've worn them a few times, it's gonna get easier, but it is kind of a tricky one. When it comes to comfort also, I'm not really sold because there's so much leather and padding going on. You'd think, oh great, comfort. But it just kind of feels odd. I don't know if these need breaking in. I don't think they're gonna like cut you up on the back of your heel or anything, but it just might take a while to get molded to your foot. And you can also kind of feel that elevation in that toe area, like you can see and feel it. Again, I don't think it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's just something to note if, you know, that's something that you're not going to be into. But I would recommend staying true to size on these. The sizing is a little bit odd, but I don't think they do half sizes. Maybe I could have been done with going half a size down because I didn't realize these were actually a women's and not a men's pair. But if anyone's looking to get a pair, I would say go true to size. Gas rating time then, and I think you guys can tell from this tone of this video, I'm just not gassed by these, especially for the price point of what you're paying for Rick Owens. I don't know, I like a lot of his designs, but this one's just not pulling for me in hand at all, and I'm kind of salty about it. Like, I kind of just want to give it a 5. Alright then guys, thanks for kicking it with me and just opening up this pair of Rick Owens with me. It was definitely an experience. Let's just call it that. But as always, go ahead and drop your comments down below and let me know what you're saying on these. Are you into the high fashion or is this just a straight up no for you? Do let me know. As always, you know you're welcome to come kick it with me on all the other social platforms. I will leave links to everything down below, so there's definitely no excuses. And last but not least, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe because it helps the channel out and it helps you know if you're going to spend a couple bills on a shoe or not. So until the next one, peace, love, and I'm out. You guys made me do this, so let's just leave it at that. These are almost 8 bills, you know. 8 bills. What am I doing with my life? Watch all the like high fashion people come for me, but like I like Rick Owens, but like this just isn't working for me.